Thank you for coming to Señales, to Guidepost. It's a place for us where we have a safe space for growth, for change, for to feel our own energies, to see when we are out of balance and realigned, and get back to the foundation of our being, to be back on clarity and centered and balanced. Today, I want to share with you something interesting that happened during the last few months. I was walking in the park and I saw this gentleman wearing a t shirt that said something like, "Joy is slowing down and smelling the flowers." I was like, interesting. Okay. And I kept on walking, and there was another guy with another t-shirt that said, "Joy is hugging your kids." And I was like, hey, I can relate to that. That makes a lot of sense. And I kept on walking, and there was another person that said, "Joy is having an schnauzer." And she was walking on a schnauzer. So I was like, interesting. And on my walk, I saw several people with a t-shirt that said something that joy is this, joy is that, or joy is that. And I thought, well, I need some cash. I have to come up with something that is pure, that is true, that is faithful, that really conveys the message of joy. I think that I have that ability. And then I began to play with different concepts. And at the same time that I am playing with my $1,000,000 ideas of coming with a t-shirt that will say something that will sound like, wow. At the same time, something was happening within me. So I was down in life like anybody else, going through this sad, not so light period. And what I began doing was something interesting. And then I came with this t-shirt that I hope that you buy, and buy millions of them so I can be a millionaire. And here is what the t-shirt says. Joy is answering a robocall. Now, everybody loves robocalls. Everybody loves robocall. That phone rings and it's somebody like, "Hello, this is such and such from the insurance department, and we want to let you know that we have a new insurance for you. How are you doing today?" And here they go. So I made my t-shirt, "Joy is answering a robocall." And I put it on. And I went to the same park. And as I was walking in my park with my new t-shirt to see the difference that it would create, the joy that it would share, the brightness that it would make people laugh. And what I saw was that while I was walking in the park with this t-shirt, I noticed that people got away from me to the point where the husband would grab the lady and say like, "Come here." I don't know what that means, but we don't want to pass close to that gentleman with that interesting t-shirt. And, well, I said, maybe he doesn't have good taste. Maybe he doesn't understand the meaning of joy is answering a robocall. So I kept on walking, and there was another lady walking a beautiful doggy, and she was like trying to read my t-shirt. And I think that she got it, she read, and she was like, the dog took her away from me. It's like even the dog could read and sense that gentleman is not normal. Who is gonna make a t-shirt that says, Joy is answering a robocall? I kept on walking, and the same thing kept on happening. People were just getting to the side of the trail when they read my t-shirt and looking down like, oh, I don't want to look at the gentleman. I don't know what that means. So there are two versions of the t-shirt that is going to make me a zillionaire. And the second version is the complete, finalized version after several revisions, proofreading, editing, colors, and all of that kind of things that a professional marketer like myself have to do to become a billionaire in a few days. Here it is. Joy is answering a robocall without your wife. Okay? That's the complete statement after several trials. Now, let's go back to the beginning. I was in a downturn. I wasn't in the best place of my life, and I was trying to lift myself up. And then I began writing in a piece of paper, uplifting things that I saw in different places. I saw somewhere in a sign, in a documentary, in WhatsApp, in YouTube, in a video, in a podcast. So there are all of these different positive thoughts, positive lines, positive words. And I began writing them down. When I saw something there, I would write there like, oh, joy is a positive word with a nice vibration. Then I would write joy, put it in a paper, leave it there. And I went somewhere else and I found another positive word, balance. Then I wrote balance and put it there. And I went along and I saw a podcast about the benefits of clarity. Without clarity, you cannot have balance or joy. Okay, clarity. And I wrote clarity and put it there. And I was writing positive words, positive words, positive words, and I was leaving them everywhere. So as I was collecting them, I was also collecting phrases, longer sentences that have beautiful meaning. And I was just kept on collecting them. But this day, I was sad and I was like, hey, I need some uplifting here. What do I do? What do I do? And then I began to look at the little papers in my desk, in the drawers, in the folders, in my wallet, in the cell phone. And I was like, oh, okay, joy, clarity, balance, wisdom, light, spirit, divinity. The joy of life is being in the present moment. Okay. Another folder, another reading here. Feel the spirit, the divinity, the essence within you every second of your life. So I had all of these writings here. That day I couldn't, I was trying to uplift myself because the day was not going the way that I wanted to go. And I had all of these pieces of paper, but I could not make sense of them. And then the telephone rang, and I take the telephone. Hello, and this is your car insurance company, and I want you to know that if you need car insurance, we are here for you. How are you doing today? And when he asked, how are you doing today? I was like, this is my opportunity. I'm gonna tell him how I doing today. And I began, okay. I am in joy, I am in beauty, I am in grace, I am in divinity, I am in essence, I am in clarity, I am in balance, I feel a spirit within me, I feel joy within me, I feel the divinity, essence, and clarity that is always within me. I feel the joy, the grace, the peace within me. I know that I am God. I know that I am that I am. I know that I am essence, beauty, grace, divinity. That every moment is sacred. I know that this is the youngest me of the future. I know that present moment is the only moment. I know that everything manifests from the moment of feeling in this moment. And I kept on going, reading the different papers that I had, answering the robocall. Well, that guy had already hung up when he heard, or when the robocall heard all of the things that I was saying, the system hung up. So, but that uplifted me. That uplifted me because I had to say the words aloud. Not only I had to say the words aloud, but the system is talking because that robocall only gives you a few minutes to say, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. How can I help you? And then the system begins talking. So I had to talk above the system. And I have to be louder than the system. And remember, I am doing that in my home office without my wife. So, life continues. Next day, I am still down. I am working on something else and trying to complete this, and the phone rings. Hello. Oh, this is Susan from the Medicare department, and we want to know if you have Part A or Part B Medicare to complement your things. So, do you have Part A or Part B? And I am like, that's my opportunity. And I ran to the table where the papers were, and I said, oh, I don't have Part A and Part B. I have something better. I have joy, I have grace, I have beauty, I have divinity, I have a spirit within me, I have light within me. I know that the spirit is here, life is here, dignity is here. I am the center of the universe. My divinity, my creativity, my light, my joy, my grace, my essence is here. This is the moment of creation. The moment in the present moment is the moment in creation. I can only create from this moment. If I am in joy, in clarity, in balance, I can create from this point of creativity. I am in all of those divine things. Oh, I feel beautiful, I feel handsome, I feel charming, I feel grateful, I feel divine, I feel, I feel I have libido too. I have all of this joy, beauty, grace, divinity, essence within me. Of course, the system canceled. But it pumped me up at that moment. That's what I needed that instant. I had to talk loud above the sound of the phone. Well, time passes. Time passes. Now, next week, I am driving in the car, going happily to the supermarket to buy some vegetables, broccoli, and green beans. And I am going to park where I always park, like a mile from the door, because I enjoy the walk. But my wife is next to me. And she tells me, she reminds me, that's not the proper spot to park when you go to the supermarket. For her, the proper spot to park is right next to the cashier, which I try not to do because I already have problems with the police trying to park where she wanted me to park. So I am there trying to go through the process and driving with my wife to my right, trying to park where she wants to park, but it's sort of legal. And And that going around the parking lot for 2 hours to park the spot close to the supermarket, I would have been out like half an hour ago. But I was still looking for the perfect parking spot that she wanted. So, driving in the parking lot, a phone call comes in. Hello, this is Susan from the insurance marketplace. How are you doing today? And as she says that, I go in my rampage. Right there. Oh, I am doing great. I am doing wonderful. I am doing marvelous. I am doing terrific. I am doing fantastic. I am better than ever. This is the best day of my life. I can't believe how beautiful I feel today. I can't believe how joyful I am. I can't believe how grateful I am. There is balance, there is clarity, there is divinity. Poof! What happened there? My wife hit me. She looks at me and she says, "Can you cut that crap? You didn't let me sleep last night with your snoring." And I am like, oh, wow. So I thought I was doing really good with this lady here. And she was like, "You cut that crap or I'll get you out of the car." So because I know better, I hung up in the phone and I said, "I'm sorry" to the robocall. So that's why the T-shirt says, "Joy is answering a robocall without your wife." There you have it. Even a robocall can be a point for you to change your state of being-ness. Yeah, you still get sometimes bothered or upset with the robocalls, but there are other days that I use them to my advantage if my wife is not close by. So, I think that somebody has to go out and make those T-shirts because they are going to get, you are going to be questioned. You are going to be questioned for sure. How come that joy is answering a robocall without your wife? And there is a point for conversation. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. I hope that I uplifted you. I hope that you came back to center. I hope that you came back to the balance and clarity from which all of the other virtues manifest. We have to begin in balance and clarity. Once we have balance and clarity, then we can choose all of the other virtues that we know are there for us. Joy, grace, beauty, thankfulness, gratitude, essence, spirit, gratefulness, family, hugs, kisses, dance, hugging dogs, smelling the flowers, being in all of those beautiful feelings that you already know. Feeling assertive, feeling capable, feeling seniority, just being in joy. Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. Joy is answering a robocall.